So let's get into it. So first trap card, we've got Blossom Bombardment. When a plant type monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sent to the graveyard, if battle damage to your opponent equals destroy monster attack in the graveyard. Yeah, we can skip that one, I think. Is that another battle trap? Oh god. Yeah, like it's at this point you've seen all my reviews before. I just skip all these battle trap stuff. They're all garbage. We're not going to use battle traps anymore. If we're not like Wall of D is like the peak of battle trap, and we barely use it anymore, so we're not using this shit. Gem Flash Energy, a continuous trap. During each of your standby phases, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of phases of continuous spells times 300. Is that half to 150? Oh my god. 150 per spell? God damn. And this has to be on the board in the first place. You can have a max of 2 continuous spells. Dude. Oh my god. Is this the Crystal Beast support we've been waiting for? This is the ultimate Crystal Beast support. Maybe it's the what's that Sacred Beast that uses the continuous traps? Maybe it's support for that. That's actually what we've been waiting for. Crystal Beast support and Sacred Beast support in one card. Hella broken. Everyone's gonna be using this area. Hell yeah, that is the peak of cards right there. Alright, moving on. Why is it going over? Oh, whatever. You can still see it on the screen, right? Yeah. Inflict 500 damage to your inflict 500 damage to your opponent if this card was activated as a chain link 2 or 3. Add this card to your deck and shuffle it if this card was activated as a chain link 4 or higher. Return this card to hand. Next. God, I feel like the trap cards are the worst part of these at the start of this. Alright. Kozei's self-destruct button. Inflict 1000 damage to the player who destroyed this set card. Oh, reliant on your opponent. I mean, I heard there's MST in this box. Is that the counter to MST right there? Have we finally found it? Is this the counter to MST? Nice. You can self-burn? Oh my god, the strats are endless. Alright. Cemetery Bomb. Inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each card in their grave. 100? Is that 50 damage per card? Holy. Whew. Damn, this box is already... I don't know. I don't even get much better than this. I think we've peaked. 50 damage per card in grave? Light Swan players, beware. Visual burn test is not a nerf, it's original text. Also, it's actually just 100. I mean, even if it's 100 damage, is that even like, do we care? Do we care at all? 1k damage for 20 cards, pog. Yeah, that's a bit of an oof. That is a big oof right there. Alright. Dora of Fate. What is that card art? Can we zoom? Zoom in on this. What am I looking at here? What is that card art? Okay. Dude just hitting a bong. And not the other kind of bong. You can activate this card during your opponent's turn. Select one face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field. When you know assign a monster that's one level lower than the selected monster during your next turn, inflict damage to your opponent is What? Who prints this? What? It's got so many requirements behind it. What? Why? Damn, that guy's gotta get... You can absolutely murk some kid with damage. Whew. What if they like normal summon a blue eyes white dragon? Like, oof. Alright. Respect play. Ooh, a shaking hands card. Not respecting COVID restrictions there. Not good. That's not social distancing, Mr. Konami. During their respective turns, each player must show their opponent their hand. I mean, amusing card, but no one's going to use that. We don't really care about the stuff. I don't think our hand sides are even big enough in Duel Links to care too much about seeing our opponent's hand all that often. Half the time our hand just ends up on the board in one turn. So, we don't care about this kind of shit. Also, we've already got that trap card that can look at your opponent's hand and you can pay your life points, use skills, all that kind of shit. It's much better than this. I forget what it's called, but it's obviously better. Magical Thorns, a continuous trap. When your opponent's cards in their hand are discarded to the graveyard, inflict 5 damage. Oh my god. Is there more of these than normal? God damn, what are these like? These fucking burn cards are so... Whew, they're just too good. I don't... Alright, moving on. Detonator Circle A. Oh, a new alien support pod. Can put alien in the title. Destroy one face-up monster with an A counter and inflict 1000 damage to each player. Wow. Wait, each player? We have to take damage as well? Okay. We obviously have the quick spell alien card that's infinitely better than this one. Because it's a quick play spell. And we don't take 1000 damage, or 500 if it's halved. I don't know which cards are halved in this box or not, but yeah, we don't care about this. Target any number of Burning Abyss. Oh, Burning Abyss. Alright, the Traveler and the Burning Abyss. Target any number of Burning Abyss monsters in your graveyard that were sent there this turn. Special summon them in defense position. You can activate one Traveler man per turn. Alright, so I don't actually know. I haven't played much TCG. I know that Burning Abyss is like, love the graveyard and shit, but yeah, so I don't know if this trap's at all useful. I assume not, because I assume they special summon themselves anyway, and they don't want to be doing it during your opponent's turn, they want to do it during their turn. So I assume we're not going to use this, but I actually haven't seen the rest of the Burning Abyss stuff, so I'm going to assume it's bad. Just going to assume. You can't do anything during your turn, you have to wait till your opponent's turn to special. I don't know. Maybe if it's like some random searchable thing, or something to reload your stuff. I don't know. Very unlikely we're going to use something like this. Yeah, and the only reason we'd ever use a trap card like this is if for some reason it just became... The deck was so consistent in what it does already that you could just run traps like this to recover afterwards. Because you've already got like the god tier deck anyway. But we never could have used something like this. It's just not going to happen. I doubt it anyway. Then again, haven't seen the rest of the Burning Abyss, so maybe I'm a dumbass. Alright. Oh, is that a water gun? Wow. TGSX. When a TG monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends to the graveyard, turn 1 TG synchros in your graveyard, special summon that target. Again, not likely to use it to slow trap card stuff. It's like an extender thing. To be fair, you do use your TG synchros to synchro into other cards, so there's a reason why we would use something like this, because it's probably going to be TGs in the graveyard. But yeah, I don't think we care too much about stuff like this. It's just too slow. It doesn't help you on your first turn. You have to wait till your opponent's turn, and then unless your opponent is literally killing themselves into your monsters, then like you won't get use out of it anyway. So yeah, it's literally just overkill. And there's a win more, and it's a very slow win more card of that. So we're not gonna use this. Space Cyclone. Oh my god, is this a new Cyclone card? Is this MST? Detach one Xyz material from a monster. Oh shit. Wow. That is the Cyclone I've been looking for my whole life. We can detach Xyz materials now? God damn. Big pog. Obviously a garbage. Move on. Synchronized Realm. Alright, continuous spell. Each time you summon a... Oh, I forgot, we got through the garbage traps, so I have to go through the spells too. Fuck. Alright. Wow. Put this in your Infernity deck and synchro summon a billion times for 250 damage a pop. Oof. Oh my god. I think I used to own this card IRL actually. I don't know what it does though. Equip only to a monster on your opponent's side of the field. When the creature monster is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the equipped monster. So I assume this won't be halved, or maybe it will be halved, I don't even know. Either way, unless your opponent's running like a 4K, will this be halved? It's not going to be used, but I'm just wondering if this like might make some funny OTK deck if you start equipping this to big boys and just beating over them. If it's halved, it's garbage. Anyway. Nitro is halved? Alright, yeah, we ain't using it then. If it wasn't halved, it might make some meme deck, would be fun to play with, but if it's halved, you're not killing shit with us. It's not happening. Alright. Feng Shen Mirror. Look at your opponent's hand, select and discard one spirit monster to the graveyard if spirit monsters exist in his... So if your opponent just happens to be playing a spirit monster in this... The counter to spirit decks, holy. Whew. Oh my god. What? Discards the, yep, our mono counter right there. The spirit mirror matches. It finally got the counter to those pesky Amanos, you're right. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, let's moving on. We're not using this, obviously. I don't do we even have any spirit cards other than Amano that anyone uses? Anyway. Alright. Damn, the card art on this is kinda sick, you know. Good and evil in the burning abyss. A ritual spell. Looks awesome. This card is used to ritual summon Malakoda, Netherlord of the Burning Abyss. You can distribute monsters from your hand or field, whose levels equal 6 or more. During your main phase, set the turn this card into the graveyard. Banish this card from the graveyard and send one Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add one Burning Abyss card from your deck to your hand. Ooh, a Searcher. Ooh. I like the searching part. But it sounds really hard to pull off because you have to get enough resources to do the ritual summon. Then you have to still have a Burning Abyss in hand afterwards. And then you can search for a card. But hey, if it's possible, then it sounds pretty sick. A free searcher. Sounds good. Here we go, lads. Best part of the box. Oh, I'm hyped too, don't you worry. I like the spell anyway. I don't know if it'll be used. I hope it's used just for the art alone, but it doesn't sound all that powerful just because it sounds hard to get all that amount of resources and then a search. But you never know. Searches are always powerful, so it could be alright. Alright. Now for the peak part of the review. What everyone's been waiting for. The normal monsters. Mechaleon. A reptile normal water monster. Woof. Cocytus players. Wait. A large chameleon with the ability to alter its body, colouring. Using this ability, it can conceal itself in any location. Ooh. A stealthy lizard thing. He looks stoned as, but... God, snake range. Oh, holy shit. Is that the, Oh, I forgot what the big snake boss is called, but it's support for the big snake boss. It's got stubby little legs. It's kind of cute, you know. Did you know Mechaleon is the size of the Empire State Building? What? With those stubby little legs? You telling me this thing's tall? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Stubby little legs, high as. It can't be targeted or attacked, it's invisible. True! Your opponent literally can't see it. Holy. That is OP. Imagine having a card that's literally invisible. That's some next level player right there. Yeah, the Cocytus support. XD. Alright, moving on. We've got Water Magician. Oh my god, Dark Magician, beware. You've got a rival over here. Level 4 water monster. More support for Cocytus. This monster swamps an opponent with an almost endless supply of water. Oh my god, it's literally a drinking fountain in card form. That is epic. A walking drinking fountain. Brilliant. You can keep your opponent's monsters hydrated during the duel. Perfect. Just what we were looking for. All those Desperado players, they do look kind of sweaty. They're probably a bit dehydrated. Water Magician's there to help them out. Help. Yeah, it's gonna help rejuvenate all the liquid they've lost through their sweat. Infinite supply of water. Oof. What a guy, girl, whatever it is, whatever they identify as. Oh, sorry, they identify as a drinking fountain. Never mind. All right, moving on. Magirius Light. All right. This guy's a little snake on his staff. That's kind of cool. You know what? For an old art, it's actually not that bad. The fatal beams from the eyes of this monster result in grim destruction. Grim destruction. What's the difference between destruction and grim destruction? What is that? Is that like a bit of a... I don't know. A grim destruction. Achilleon's true form, by the way. What the... His legs are no longer like... They're like stretched out. He just looks like he's younger. What the...
Card games on motorcycles!
Is that his level? 14? Wait, how could he have a level 4? I don't know what that means, but... What is that? 14? Can they be level 14? Is that a thing? Either way. Thank you for that one, Brad. Thank you for the lore. It's like regular destruction, but more destructive. I don't know, it's grim destruction. What's some dude with floating hands and a cute little snake on him. Hey, I would say this guy's being very COVID reliant, considering he's wearing a mask, but for some reason he decided to cut out the one and most important part of the mask, you know, the like the face bit, so kind of cringe there, bro, kind of cringe. Alright, moving on. Secret Sect Druid Wid. Wid? Okay. It's a spellcast level 4 dark. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one continuous spell card in your graveyard, set that target. That set card cannot be activated this turn. Okay, we don't care. Moving on. Alright. Turbo Rocket. Alright. Is there a little guy in that? Anyway. Machine Tuner. While attacking, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card attacks, start the damage calculation, inflict damage equal to the half the attack of the target, your opponent. You swing in. Concentrating current your opponent, swinging your turbo rocket. The actual inting card. Sadly, it's only when you attack though, so you can't just sit this thing in attack position and have a giggle for a while. Quarter damage? Oh my god, there's no way. Oh, will it actually half it again? To quarter damage? Jeez. To be fair though, if there's some reason you need to use this Turbo Rocket card for something, I don't know what you use it for, but maybe you need a Wind Tuner level 2 machine monster for some reason. If for some reason you need that stuff, it's not a terrible effect for a random tuner monster. You can just get, it's like random lethal damage sometimes, so it's not a terrible effect. It's obviously not a great effect though. It's not like some special summoning tuner or has a search or special summons itself from grave or anything like that, but if for some reason you need this card, at least it has an effect, you know? Could be worse. Could just be a flat deal 200 damage to your opponent on summon or something. Like, it has a chance to do a bit more. Yeah. It's pretty bad though. Use it with Holy Guard, I mean... Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we care enough. We're hoping to not have to use this thing's effect for lethal damage. Yeah, but I don't think we're going to use it unless they specifically need this machine level 2 tuner wind monster thing. Otherwise, yeah. Or we need a turbo rocket for some reason. A balloon lizard! Oh, this guy is adorable, isn't he? This guy swallowed a whole volleyball. Righto. Put one counter on this card. During each of your standby phases when this card is destroyed, inflict damage to the controller of this card that destroyed it, equal to the number of counters. Yeah, it's not going to be used though, sadly. It's adorable though. Shame the artwork is going to be not used, but it is definitely adorable. Looks as bloated as me. Oh, that's a sad. Alright, moving on. Alien Psychic. This card changes to defense position when it is normal summoned or flip summoned. Monsters with A counters cannot declare an attack. Oh, so you're playing it to make your opponent not be able to play the game. Yeah, I think that's really that useful for us. I'm pretty sure aliens like to either remove the monsters with A counters or just take control of them. They don't want to just sit there. That just lets them be used for synchro summons and shit and C summons, so... Yeah, nah. It's not even a tuner or anything, it's just a random level 1. So I'm going to give that a hard... Nah. Yeah, hard nah. Alright. The burning abysses are coming. Bar. Mel Brache of the Burning Abyss. How's that for pronunciation? If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. Okay, so it's used with only Burning Abysses. I don't know if that's like something Burning Abysses just do in general. I've never actually read the cards before. You only use one of these effects of Mel Brache of the Burning Abyss per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spell or trap cards, you can summon this card from your hand. That's pretty good. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 Burning Abyss cards in your graveyard, except one of the Burning Abyss. Banish them. If you do anything through, okay, that's not so good. The first effect isn't bad though. Just a special summon all level 3 for that deck. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Not really sure about his inflict 300 damage to your opponent thing though. Unless you want your Burning Abysses to be banished for some reason. And you start reading from the second point. Oh, do they all have that effect on them? Oh yeah, they do too. So blah 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 blah. If you control no spell trap cards, you special summon this card. Oh, so do they all have that special summon effect on them too? Oh, okay. So they all have the special summon effect. That's pretty good. Okay. Wait, that's actually really sick, considering you can just have... Damn. You can just special summon both of these on your first turn if you can have no spell and trap cards. That's really cool. They're powerful for a normal monster anyway, a normal rarity. If this card is sent to the graveyard, choose one bonus card from your deck and place it on top of the deck. That's not even that bad of an effect. It's not great, but it's not bad. Damn, that's actually really good. All level 3 is great for level 3 exceeding. I'm not sure if we're getting any new level 3 exceeds in here, but that's kind of cool. Alright. Yeah, those are really cool. I like those. Good stuff. Their effects aren't fantastic. They're just the fact they just special summon themselves. But then again, if they can all do it, then maybe there's just better Burning Abysses coming up later on that just obviously perform better than these. So yeah, it's the same special summoning effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Burning Abyss spell and trap card from your deck to the graveyard. Ooh, so if there's a Burning Abyss spell and trap card we want in the grave, this card can put it there. That's cool. Alright, so the burn seems pretty something we don't really care too much about. Burn damage is actually really good if your opponent doesn't attack. It's 300 damage burn, I don't know about that one. It's 200 damage per thing, so we don't care too much about the burn. We also don't care too much about, I guess putting a card on top of the deck is kind of useful. It's like a pseudo search. And this card might just be great. I don't know what Burning Abyss spell and trap cards exist, but it could be really good. The ritual spell could search. Manages card from your graveyard and summon Burning Abyss monster. Ooh, that's a good point. You could send this to the grave, and then you can banish this from the graveyard and one from hand. You can search, right? Oh, clever. Alright, so there actually is some good Burning Abyss cards already. That's cool. I love it. Hell yeah. Alright, that's enough of that stuff. I'm not really sure if there's any other Burning Abysses in here. Hopefully there is, because these are some cool ass effects. I'd love to play these cards. But there's got to be a ritual monster at least somewhere, so there's got to be something in here. Alright. Cyclone, the Rika family. Fairy, sorry. Every time I see the Rika or Rika, I just think of the stupid anime character. The anime character's too adorable, man. Come on. Rika. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Level 4 plant. You can tribute this card from your hand or face up field, and target the 2 plant monsters you control, reduce the levels by 2 until the end of this turn. During the end phase, this card is in the graveyard because it's tributed and sent there this turn. You can special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. So you already have to have 2 plant monsters on the board, and this is just used to adjust their level. Then it comes back again. That doesn't sound like too useful an effect to me, unless there's some specific reason these Rikas like doing that. I don't know, like we need to have this in the deck to adjust the levels to actually make the deck function, or maybe we need a plant monster that tributes itself for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't seem that great. Banishment this world. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the effects too much. It seems pretty average. So unless you happen to need this card for the level adjustment in the Rika deck, you're not going to use it. It's not like a good generic way to change levels. Unless you have skills to do that stuff, man. I don't know. Not even a tuner. Not even a tuner. Alright, Primula, the Rika Fairy. If a monster you control is tributed except during the damage step, you special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so that makes more sense as to why you might want this. You special summon from your hand in defense position. You can target 2 plant monsters you control, increase their levels by 2 instead of this turn. So this card increases them again. So you can tribute this, increase some card's level, special summon this, increase it again. It doesn't really work too well though, considering this card won't get the levels from this thing, right? I don't know. Sounds kind of... I think we have enough monster slots to do this weird combo. Oh, you can tribute this card from your hand. I'm dumb. Okay. I'm dumb. You tribute from your hand. That makes it a lot better, actually. I didn't say they could tribute from hand. I just thought you were normal summoning this than tributing it. Actually, tributing it from hand makes it a lot better. And that was the combos with cards like this. Alright. Not as bad as I thought it was. But I don't know if we're going to use it still. It's still the same kind of requirements. Your deck has to need these random level adjustments. Which I assume they do if they've all got the level stuff on them. Could be a cool little combo though. Distribute this, adjust a level, special summon, adjust again. Doesn't combo? You can't use these two together? Oh yeah, because this is if monster you control, oh, this is from hand. So you have to normal summon this card and tribute it. Oh god. Yeah, you're right. You actually have to have this on normal summon to combo with this, so that doesn't even work very well. Never mind then. I think we have to wait to see the rest of the support for this, because I don't really know otherwise. Oh my, I own this card IRL. I love this card. Sandwich. Sengen and Witch of the Black Forest. 2100 attack. Probably the most adorable fusion monster we would have in the game. He's so cute. He's got his little Sengen next to him. He's so cute. I'm not really sure how Witch of the Black Forest fits into the card though. How does Witch of the Black Forest fit into the card though? Where? Witch. Oh, no. The eye in the center of the head? She doesn't even have a staff. Like, why has the guy got a staff for? Why is he turn green and get snake eyes? I don't know. I don't really know how that fits into it, but the thing next to him is really cute, so. Anyway, moving on. Adorable card, own an IRL. Musician King. Witch of the Black Forest. Oh, this one's also Witch of the Black Forest. Okay, what? What? First of all, are these both girls? How are they turned into, what is it called? Lady of Faith. This thing? How? In what world do these two fuse into this? What? Two cute grills with stars on them fuse into a rock star? They just suddenly learn how to play the electric guitar, get some rock hard abs, and what? These groupies. I don't know. I have no idea how that works. That is the most interesting fusion summon I've seen. What is that? Konami was definitely on one when they designed this shit. I don't know that one. Alright, moving on. Alright, so reprint. Reprint. Do we have Veil? Do we? I didn't know we had Veil, did we? Oh, we do. Oh. Alright, well, there you go. Moving on. Reprint. Reprinting the limited card to make all this fucking Genex players salty as. Good job, Konami. Good work. You can make them more salty. You have a good reminder to the Crystron players. Alright, reprint. Reprint. Wait, is that reprint? That's reprint, right? Alright. Alright. Blasting Ruins. You activate this card if there are 30 or more cards in your graveyard. Inflict 3,000, so I assume 1,500 points of damage to your opponent. If there are 30 or more cards in your graveyard.
Card games on motorcycles!
If there are 30 or more cards in your graveyard. So you have to run a 30 card deck. But won't this be one of them? Wouldn't this be the 29th card? Like the one of the 30 cards? So how does it... It doesn't even work if it's your last turn. Because you'd flip it, you'd have 29 cards engraved. So it won't... I guess extra deck, okay, yeah, you're right. You can send the if the extra deck ends up in there, true. Jesse Skills. What the... Okay, how exactly is this a rare, and these are little... What justifies this to get in the rare category? Why?
Card games on motorcycles!
Why? Hey, thank you for the sub, buddy, Prime. Appreciate it, dude. What the... What is that garbage? Alright, moving on. There's no way we're using this right. There's just... I can imagine the meme decks already. People just somehow getting hold of this trap, getting multiple copies of it, milling their deck, and trying to nuke your opponent. Could be fun. Yeah, thank you for the sub, buddy. Appreciate it. Alright. When you activate this card, you can also tribute one plant monster. Special summon one Rika monster from your graveyard in defense position. Then, if you tributed a monster when you activate this card, special summon plant monster from your graveyard in defense position. So you literally have to have Rikas in the grave for this to work. And it's just being used to get certain Rikas? Alright, I don't understand the use of this card yet. I think I have to wait till we've seen the other Rika support stuff, because this card by itself doesn't seem to do a whole lot other than just tribute your stuff and recycle other stuff. So I have to see what cards it's actually trying to target in graveyard and what cards want to be tributed and all that kind of stuff. Because currently it's just revering one card, right? Just a Rite of Fates, I guess. Just to see what Rika's like to be tributed, I guess. You can special summon the tributed monster. I think you already have to have a Rika engraved to activate it, though. Alright, or you do? Yeah. But if you already have one in there, I assume you can probably target the one you tribute. Doesn't seem all that great, but just wait for the rest of the Rika stuff, because I can't really talk about it till we see the other stuff, because I don't know what its real purpose is yet, outside just summoning something back. I thought they said Rika Furries, but anyway. Rika Flurries, continuous spell. If a Rika monster you control is tributed, except during the damage step, you can make your opponent tribute one monster they control their choice. Ooh! Is that not once per turn? You can only use this effect to... Oh, once per turn, okay. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, if you control a face-up non-plant monster, destroy this card. That ain't bad! That ain't bad. Tribute removal is pretty busted. That ain't bad. Literally share the pain, and this card could be done from hand, right? You just tribute it from hand? Does that work with it? It does, right? Alright, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. It's not target, and it's tribute, because it makes your opponent choose. It does the same thing that Dakini did. That is really good. Oh, so does he control, so this card doesn't work with it. Never mind. Never mind. Well, you can just normal summon it, tribute it, but anyway. Alright. Nice. I really like the idea of this card. There's a good chance it'll be used in the Rika deck anyway. Really cool. I love making the your opponent choose effect stuff. That's really cool. Really cool. Makes it not target. Also makes it a bit more balanced in how it removes stuff. Because if your opponent has obviously another monster on board, this doesn't really work, and you don't have main phase 2, so you can't get rid of it first or whatever. He said Takuni did with side raise in the past, now true. Alright, I love the look of this card though. Would love to give it some play. Hopefully if the Rika deck is good, and this card is good as well, like if the deck isn't already stacked enough, I'd love to give it a try. Alright. TGX1HL. Another gun looking thing. A quick play. Target 1 TG monster you control, its attack and defense. Each become half its current attack and defense. If they do, destroy one other spell and trap card on the field.
Card games on motorcycle.
So you're halving it to destroy back row. Why wouldn't you just run normal back row? Okay, so the only purpose I can see this card ever being used is because TG is searchable. Like maybe there's a smaller TG before you synchro summon that can search for this so you can move some back row. But even then, like, I don't know. You have to already have a monster on board so it's susceptible to the back row you're trying to target with this thing. Sounds really bad. Because you're 2-4 for MST, yeah. Not sure I like this one very much. I'll give this one a hard, yeah, unlikely. If it's searchable, sure. It doesn't target? I mean, okay, I don't think it matters too much. That physically use the trap on TG? I mean, we don't really care about it fizzling though, do we? Because we're targeting the trap. They're activating the trap. If it fizzles, it's still going to the grave anyway, right? No, it doesn't really care. We also don't really care too much if it targets or not. We don't have like any back row that cares about target effects. Unlikely anyway. I like your videos, you crack me up. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we'll give this one a hard nah. Unless it's searchable, maybe you might use it a 1, but even then I doubt it. Alright. Secret Sect Druid Drew. Okay. When this card is normal summon, you target level 4 dark monster in your graveyard with 0 attack and or defense except Secret Sect Druid Drew. Special summon that target in defense position. Oh no, summon that target in face up with defense position. Its effects are negated, as it's just summon Slink from grave with 0 attack. And or defense. Okay, so good for exceeding stuff. I assume it's meant to work with the other druid, whatever that thing was. The other druid was garbage though, so. Alright. I might just turn off alerts. I shouldn't have them on when I was doing this. I like it. I'm not sure that there's any like random combos in the game this like work with specifically outside of the other druid stuff. There's gotta be some random 0 attack stuff this thing could just summon. But I don't think it doesn't sound that exciting. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. It's obviously, it's not a terrible card. It's good for exceeding. If there's like an actual secret like druid archetype or whatever it is, it's probably going to be used in it. That goes with the other ones because they've all got 0 attack. So it's good for exceed summoning stuff. I can't think of any combos off the top of my head with monsters that have 0 defense or 0 attack. This card might be just good with in general. The effects of the monster will be negated anyway, so it can't be that great. Maybe there's some like send to grave effect or something. I don't know. Shiranui is 0 defense. Oh my god, the Shiranui special summon. Oh my. That has to be dark monsters though. Never mind. It has to be specifically level 4 dark monsters. So it's got a very narrow like target range. So it's probably not going to be all that great outside of its own like archetype, if the archetype's even playable. Because these 2 cards by themselves don't seem all that great. There's way better level 4 engines in the game currently. But who knows, maybe there's better cards coming up. Alright. Cherubime, Princess of Autumn Leaves. Interesting. Your opponent cannot target face-up plant on monsters' attacks except this one. Don't care. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, either battle or card effect, you special summon plant monster from your deck. Not a... I mean, I don't think it's good. It's unless there's some random plant monster that's getting added in this box specifically that's good enough to be summoned from deck that's just like game winning. It's not terrible, I guess. Its attack stats are extremely low though. Like, I don't think you'd want to run this as like your boss to summon another boss, would you? It's not terrible though. A nerf Rose Lover? Maybe. Maybe Rose Lover's coming back. It's not a terrible effect though. It does summon other random big bosses from deck, so it does float into something. It's probably better to summon this turn 1 than some of the other plant cards, just because it's likely your turn 1 monster will get removed otherwise. But as a boss by itself, it's pretty garbage, so I think we're just waiting to see other big boss support to make something like this even usable. But it doesn't seem all that exciting. Alright. Well, the big Malbrache of the Burning Abyss. Alright, this has the same kind of stuff on it. Special summons, yeah. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon level 3 Dark Fiend monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Does that even matter though? Because like, don't these guys just special summon themselves anyway? So that effect doesn't really do anything, unless we're running other... But they have to be Burning Abysses to keep these things alive, so... Does that matter for anything? I don't know, it doesn't seem all that usable, right? It just seems the same as these ones, just without an effect. Sometimes you want to use a second effect, but why? Why wouldn't you just special summon them normally? They've all got the special summon on them. It's a the graveyard effect instead of the summon one? Oh, because you can only use one of the effects per turn. So you use this special summon one of them, and then when it's sent to the grave, you can use their other effects. Is that what you mean? Ah, okay. Okay, well, that makes sense then. Fair enough. Alright, sure, fair enough. Still looking for a big boy for them though. I do like the look of the archetype though, just hoping there's some actual cool shit for them to do. There's a bunch of special summoning level 3s, so pretty cool for Exceed summoning, but they're just missing the monsters they're going to go into now. And maybe some better graveyard effects, because we haven't got too good at... We got this one is the best one so far. Combat Super World this. Hopefully there's some good shit here. Not a bad effect though. Chat has made me understand why it's usable, so you can use this with like special summon this thing when it's sent to the grave, you can use search stuff, so you can use both of their effects. Alright. Hellborn, the Rika Fairy. When your opponent activates a monster effect to the target as a monster you control, or you control a Rika monster, quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or face up on the field, negate the effect. Okay, that's pretty good. Negating karma cards. Oh no, never mind. A monster effect that targets. I mean, there's quite a few targeting monster effects anyway. There's quite a few monster targeting effects, like Vermilion and Alternative Eyes, all that kind of stuff. Contribute this, negate it, and this also activate your actually it's not this is when you control, right? Damn it, it's when you control. Alright, I mean, it's just a hand trap negate, not terrible, I guess. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute one plant monster, special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. So you can use this when it's in grave to tribute a Rika to pot this thing's effect. I don't know. It's probably alright to use just for protecting you from other stuff. I wish it wasn't only monster effects though. It'd be so sick if it wasn't just monster effects. It's not terrible though, it's a good way to defend yourself, so... Not terrible. Yeah, just wish it wasn't only monster effects. It'll probably be used though, probably be used. Seems pretty good. Rika, the Rika Fairy. When an attack is declared involving another plant monster you control, you can tribute this card from your hand or face up on the field. That monster you control gains 1000 attack and defense till the end of this turn. Okay. So a little Alistair kind of buff going on here. If a plant monster you control is tributed while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card into position and banish it when it leaves the field. Alright, so it's a good way to get these two. These two just really consistently special summon themselves by tributing. An easy little Alistair attack buff. Not bad, not bad. Like, battle traps are generally pretty bad, but battle hand traps are a lot better. And kind of like surprise your opponent if they don't know it's there. Especially early on when the deck's like first release and people don't expect this kind of shit. They just end up getting blown out by it. So not bad, not bad. Don't mind it. Not bad. If there's better Rika support in this box, this deck's looking up though, because these three cards have all been pretty good, and they're only in the rares, so I'm liking it. Alright, moving on though. TG Cyber Magician. Okay. If this card you control will be used as synchro material for a TG monster, TG monster in your hand can be used as non-tuner synchro in your hand. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty good. Once per turn during the end phase, this card is in the graveyard because it's destroyed on the field. Oh yeah, and it has the TG search effect that all the TGs have. Okay, you can use cards in your hand, huh? Not terrible, not terrible. Yeah, not a bad tuner effect at all. We had to wait to obviously see what the rest of the TG stuff is in the box, because this card alone won't help the deck, but not a terrible effect, being able to use cards from your hand. But also gotta mention that, like, I know the TG boss monster we've got in Duel Links needs like purely like synchro stuff, so it's obviously going to be used for like the smaller TG synchros rather than some of the other big ones. But you got to start somewhere, so before you like start somewhere with the climb. So not bad, not bad. Zeros from hand is always good, so. Enemies can use tuners in hand as non-tuners. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can use the non-tuners, use the tuners as non-tuners. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Good effect, good effect. For a rare, that's pretty sick. Alright. TG, what is this card up? TG Halberd Cannon Assault mode? Okay. Must be okay, so a card that can be special summoned only with assault mode, so it's an assault mode card. You can use the effect once per turn. When your opponent would summon a monster, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, banish that monster and all special summon monsters your opponent controls. Ooh! Damn, it negates the summon too. That's a nasty effect. When this card on the field is destroyed, you can target one. How about your own special summon knowing summoning conditions? Ooh, what a cool card. Big fat nuke. That is a fat nuke. So you can hold your negate, wait for your opponent to special summon something else, then just nuke it all. Alright, I like it, I like it. I'm not sure we're going to use an assault mode engine for this deck, but you never know. Maybe that's the best way to play it. I doubt it is, but you never know. Especially considering I think the big boss is probably pretty difficult to summon anyway, but it's a cool card. I just don't think it's going to be that great. It's probably like a super win more effect. I doubt you're going to use it. It's probably not good because it doesn't help you do your initial synchro summoning in the first place, and I think the TGs are pretty hard to synchro summon into, right? So unlikely I'm going to use it. But cool effect. And the art is kind of cool too, so can't complain too much. Turbo Cannon, level 3 machine synchro. Turbo Rocket. Oh, so you do actually need Turbo Rocket for something. Alright. Once per turn, you can destroy one face-up monster on the field and inflict damage to its controller equal to half its attack. And it's a 0/0 attack monster. Level 3. And you have to run Turbo Rocket for it specifically. Yeah, not great. I mean, it's a good effect, but the fact you have to run Turbo Rocket for it, it's kind of like a... Unless, of course, the Turbo Rocket is used for other things. Maybe that's a... Maybe we're using that Turbo Rocket featured deck, but if this is the only reason to run Turbo Rocket, you're not running Turbo Rocket. It is not. But it's cool, so... Don't think we're going to use it, though. Genex Ally Triarm. Genex controller, 1/1 non-tuner monsters. This card's effect depends on the attributes of its non-tuner synchro material. Okay, once per turn you can discard one card to activate one of these effects. And it's a level 6, right. So if it was a wind, you can send one random card your opponent controls from hand to the graveyard. Not a terrible effect. It's once per turn, right? Yeah. Water. Select one spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. So a back row killer if it's water. Not bad. Dark. Select one face-up light monster and... Has to be a light monster? I mean, there's a lot of them in the meta currently, but still. And it requires specifically Genex controllers. It's used in, like, the Genex deck. Nah. Not super keen, especially considering Genex controller is limited. I mean, its effects aren't terrible. It's probably better level 6s we can go into nowadays, though. It's probably a good addition to Genex, though. It's not terrible. You can hand rip, you can back row remove, although you prefer to remove the back row before you summon your monster, otherwise it's probably just going to get karma carded in response. There's a lot of light monsters in the meta, so its removal effect might actually be useful. But yeah, not super OP or anything too excited to be too excited about. TG Recipro Dragonfly. What? Is that a okay. Once per turn, you can target one other TG synchro monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if all the synchro monsters that were used for its synchro summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. What? Okay, so there's a level 2 synchro. That's probably going to be used to help climb, I imagine. And it only gets back the synchro monsters used for material. What the? Hard loops with other synchros? So for looping stuff, huh? Well, on its own, it doesn't seem all that useful, but I guess we'll see how useful it is when we see the other synchros, right? It's needed for Halberd Cannon, 5/5/2, so you need a level 2? That would make sense. Just to make Halberd Cannon? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This effect doesn't seem all that useful, though. But maybe it's good for random looping or some shit. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, though, if it's used specifically because it's a level 2 TG synchro. Alright. Battle Cruiser Dianthus. 3 level 3 monsters. Plant. You can attach one exceeded 2 from this card and inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. Oh my god. Alright, Shark Caesar. 3 or more, max 5 level 3 monsters. Also can be more. Once per turn, you attach one exceeded 2 from this card, place one shark counter on this card. If this card attacks or is attacked, it gains 1,000 attack for each shark counter on it. It's going to be a 2,800 on its first turn. And it continuously grows afterwards, but it takes 3 or more fishes, right? 3 monsters for a 2,800 attack, level 3? If it wasn't once per turn, it'd be pretty pog, but it's once per turn, so it's 2,800 for 3 resources required. I mean, if there's nothing better to go into with 3 level 3 monsters, sure, but that's a lot of resources for just a 2,800 beat stick. I mean, if it was a quick effect to be more useful, because you can do it during your opponent's turn as well, but it just seems, eh. Yeah, 3 monsters for a beat stick ain't great. Ain't great. Alright, so another Jin. Humming. 2 level 3 monsters. When this card is special summoned, you can target one Genex monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you can attach up to 2 cards from your hand to it to these materials. Oh my god, that's so many resources. Once per turn, you can attach one of these material from this card and target one Gen monster you control. This turn, it can attack your opponent directly. Okay, that's a bit more of a useful effect. So you can use it to make one of your Jins hit directly. But I don't think we currently have a Jin deck. It doesn't seem all that great based on what effects they have. The first effect of this seems absolutely unplayable. There's no way you're going to get this thing out with 2 level 3s, then special summon a Jin that's already in the grave, so it's already been summoned, so you have to have already used those resources, then have another 2 cards in hand to attach to it. Like, I guess to be fair, you could just use this to bring one back without attaching it, so you just bring something back, swing directly with it. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I don't like this card at all. If a Jin deck did come along, there's a good chance this would be used just because it doesn't bring back a Jin. So you just have it in the extra deck. It's not like it takes up a main deck slot or anything. But that would only be used if like Jins were like a popular deck or like an actual playable deck. And this card by itself isn't going to make them playable. Not a terrible effect though. Alright. Kanzashi? The Rika Queen. A level, what, 6? Alright, so summonable with this dude. Is it level 6? No, it's not. Alright, so summonable with this dude. And obviously these guys adjust levels as well. If a monster is tributed except during the damage step, you can attach one material from this card and target one monster in your either graveyard, special summon it but negate its effects. Okay. So you can summon stuff your opponent controls. Oh, you're from your opponent's graveyard. So you can do tribute one of your plant things, pop your opponent's monster, then you can special summon it? Wow. Maybe? I don't know. I just wouldn't really work in that order because this card would have to go off first. So you'd already have to have it removed. Either way, you can use stuff in your own graveyards, that's pretty good. Its effects are negated, but that's not that bad though. If a plant monster you control will be destroyed by card effect, and you choose one plant monster from your hand or field instead. Oh, even better. Protection from destruction by distributing plants. Okay. Not bad, not bad. If you can summon this, it becomes really good. Just continuously yoink shit, or just take stuff from your own grave, which can then be used to protect this from destruction. This combo with this seems really sick. You just have so much just removal and protection then. Alright, not bad. Not sure how easy this is to summon. It seems like it won't be too hard since you got adjustments, level 2, extra 2 levels being added, you've already got a level 6. I don't know, not sure if this is the boss, I have to wait and see later on, but just as one of the Rika cards, not bad. I think the deck might need a bit more than this though to actually be good though. Might need a bit more than that. Alright, on to the SRs. New Sun Saga. Its attack's a bit low for a Sun Saga, so it's probably going to be using its effect a lot more often, but it is only a once per turn, so it doesn't like permanently protect you. Not bad though, not bad. Alright, Black and White Wave. Okay, there's a quick play spell. If there's a face-up Xyz monster on the field with a synchro monster as Xyz material, target one card on the field, banish that target, and if you do, draw one card. Right. Okay, so the difference between this and like the what have I forgotten? The Galaxy is like quick play spell is that this isn't searchable. Or it might be, we haven't seen later on, but currently, as far as I know, it's not searchable. Like via like a skill or something, so it's not all that great. Like, I don't know, it's also very specific, but I don't know, it's probably some deck it'll be usable in, but yeah, I don't think we'd use something like this. I don't think so. Spoiler Goya can use it. Like, if it was searchable, it'd be great, because you can just use it, get it turn 1 when you want it. Because like, it's obviously a great turn 1 card. Like, you summon your big synchro, your big Xyz boss monster with your synchros underneath it with the Spore combo, the 2 little Goyo guys become a level 3, or a rank 3. You can set this card to banish something. It's like a mean little Dark Magician combo. But the fact it's not like searchable makes it a lot weaker than the like Galaxy Eyes card. Because obviously you can't use this going second if your opponent just like has a back row there. You'd prefer to just have a Cosmic in hand or something. So you just Cosmic the back row instead. Not sure. I'm not super keen on the card, but you never know. There might be some deck that can just utilize this pretty well. Especially if the deck's already super consistent like the Spore deck is. Where you can just do it with 1 card so you can afford to run random shit like this. It's a very good turn 1 setup. It's just not a super great going second card. It does also give you a draw as well, which is pretty good. And this target any card, so it can remove macro as well, going first. So it's it is a good card. It's just I'm not really sure. It goes into very niche decks, and it's not like back row removal or something. So going second, it's probably a pretty dead card. It's not even that dead going second if you have like a 1 card combo like Spore is. So you just have this is just this and a bunch of back row removal anyway. So you only need 1 card for that combo. I don't know. Might be a lot more usable than I think it is. Just gonna have to be specific decks that can use it though. I don't know about that one. No, I pages on Medes. Ooh. I'm not sure what you exceed summoning with Armades though, but alright. Use it in TGs. Does TGs have Xyz monsters in here? I thought that was a synchro deck. Alright. Rika Glamour. When you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 Rika monster, so you don't have to. Add 1 Rika monster in your deck to your hand. Oh, search! Search! Then if you tribute a monster when you activate this card, add 1 plant monster, the same original monster to a different name from your deck. Oh, double search! That's a double search right there. Ooh. Fat. That is a double search right there. God damn. Alright then. Oof. It has to be the same level though, right? But with a different name. So you can tribute on these, search for the other one. There's no other level 6s or 8s we see yet, but... Ooh, that's some good shit. That is a double search right there with a tribute. Oh, I like the sound of that. Alright. Definitely going to be one of the more used cards in the deck, I imagine. Definitely one of the more used cards. That sounds really good. I just like a combo you could use already with the stuff we just have. Like you just normal summon this dude, you activate the spell, tribute this. This thing will be specialed. Search 2. Oh, it sounds really sick. Alright. We'll see what other Rika stuff's in the box. This card's obviously really good. There's a double search, like, goddamn. That is really good. Tribute Glob Bulb. Yeah, you can tribute Glob Bulb with Spore as well. That's pretty sick. You don't actually have to specifically tribute a Rika monster. But then you add a buffs from tributing Rikas though from things like this, right? So... But you know, tributing Spore and Glob Bulb is also really sick, so... Pretty good, pretty good. Also the monsters your opponent, you steal from your opponent with cards like this, because they turn into plants, which is pretty cool. Rose Lover, yes, yes. Alright, moving on. Gigabyte. You can only activate 1 Gigabyte if you control a spellcaster type monster. You can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one monster with 1,500 attack, 200 damage to your deck, except Gigabyte. What? Use like exceed summoning with level 4s. It also has like some weird effect where you can like set it and it's just removed. You can special summon other random monsters with 1500 attack and 200 defense. At this point we've got so many cards that we can just use for rank 4 engines. I don't think we need stuff like this. Seems pretty bad. Seems pretty like something like we don't really use. Charmer support. Yeah, I don't really think we're going to use this one. It's just kind of there. Unless we specifically need a reptile level 4 water monster for a special summon with a spellcaster. But yeah, it doesn't seem all that great. This is the SR you get in the box that I think we're going to complain the most about. Alright, Buzzsaw Shark. Now this card was leaked a while ago. Oh no, I saw it on Brad's channel. You can target one water monster you control, special summon from your deck. In defense position, one fish monster with the same level as that monster, but with a different name. This is a fish. And if you do, you cannot activate its effects this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the next deck this turn except Xyz monsters. You can only use this effect of Buzzsaw Shark once per turn. If this card is used for the Xyz summon of a... Like, it's if the first effect wasn't already good enough, right? If this card is used for the Xyz summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or a 5. What am I looking at here? This card can target itself, special summon from your deck another fish, which could be with a different name, just any other fish from the deck. And it could be a level 3 or a level 5, doesn't matter its level, and you can just exceed with it, right? Oh no, it has to be level 4 because you're targeting yourself. It summons level 4 from the deck. There's going to be other level 4s that change their level there, right? You have to find a level 4 that changes its level? That'd be really good. This card is a 1-card Xyz of, like, anything, right? What other water monsters change their level by themselves? Have we got any? Well, it had to be a fish specifically. Have we got any that you just summon this card, summon one from deck, and change its level? So we've already got one that can like make itself a level 5 as soon as it's summoned. This is like a rank 1. This is an instant 1-card rank 5 too. Wind Up Shark, Hammer Shark, Sable Shark. There's got to be plenty of them in there. It has to be a level 4 too that you summon in. Alright, you know, that is this card just seems sick, actually sick. The water deck's already looking pretty good. Other like additions to the water deck could just make it really nuts. To be fair, the water deck currently uses like only sea serpents, so this is like a different variant. It had to be like a fish variant, but the ultra rare shark up above. Oh, okay, fair enough. But to be fair, this means we now have 2 1-card. We have multiple. We can use this card for a 1-card. We can use how am I forgetting the names of all these cards? Let's look at it. Where is it? It's using this deck, isn't it? Yes, Deep Sea Diva is a 1-card. Then we have the other thing that searches for a fish with Silent Angler that becomes a 1-card. We have so many 1-card rank 4s in the Xyz deck now, in the water deck now, or like just not specifically rank 4s, but just 1-card ranks. That's so disgusting. So many 1-card combos. Deck's actually starting to look stacked. You now have access to generic non-water Xyz if you don't want to play Diva build and lock you into water Xyz. Oh yes, this card can summon oh, that's only if you want to Xyz into water monsters though. And also mean you wouldn't use the skill anymore. Which is what the Diva build is. God, this card seems so good though. There's gotta be some variant of the water deck that'll just use this and run away. Sounds so good. Yeah, I don't think it's the water change to level, so but you can summon. There's a bunch of rank 4s that are pretty usable there, right? Now there is anyway. Like the banish one remove thing is pretty good. Pretty goddamn exciting card though. And don't like this water deck only scales just like infinitely. It just gets so much better. The more water Xyz cards are added, the stronger cards like this get. It sounds so good. Alright, moving on. This card's nuts. Move down the Rika Fairy, level 6. So now we have a search. When we do the double search, we have 2 level 6s we can search for. You contribute 1 plant monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned by the effect of a plant monster, you can add 1 Rika spell or trap card from your deck to another search. It has to be summoned by the effect of a plant monster, like a Rose Lover? Wait, does that include itself? Does that include itself? Like, when it's special summoned using its own effect? Yes? Ooh. So that's how you can get a hold of either the search or the fucking removal. Damn, this deck's looking clean. That is double searches with a double searcher spell. That is, oh, juicy. God damn. This deck sounds real fun. Why are plant decks always so cool? Like, why are plant, like, Sylvan is really fun to play. Aromas is really fun to play. This deck also looks super fun. Damn. What do you question mark? What do I say? Think yes is fun to play? What do you mean? It's really fun. I like the aromas. You just keep sending stuff to grave. Keep sending. Keep excavating. Yeah, obviously, great card. It's just a... Its effect works with itself to search for either the Searcher spell or the flurries. So good, so good. I wonder what like the optimal combos are. I think we're gonna have to go and check out the DLM Discord after this and see what their playtesting combo wise. There's got to be some like ridiculous combos you can do with this. Even just adjusting levels to exceed with. Contribute this, search this. Tribute the dude, get these 2. Let's get 2 of these again. I don't know. There's gonna be some random combos you can do with this. It sounds like so much fun to try. Plus you can run all the graveyard plant monsters too, sound really good. Alright, moving on. Obviously this deck seems really stacked now. TG Werewolf. When a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Once per turn during the end phase, this card's in the grave. Oh, so it's just a searcher as well. I mean, obviously helps with the TG deck if you specifically need more TG cards in it. But this like special summoning effect stuff, we've got plenty of stuff that does this already. Yeah, at this point, I'm seeing like all these like I'm really seeing like I'm waiting for like the synchro monsters. I think for the TGs now because I've seen all these TG support stuff we have, and the stuff by itself doesn't seem good enough to do like the TG monsters like require you specifically use TG cards, or can we just use other engines with it? Because it seems like we need other engines. I guess you might know with stuff that can use from hand, and I guess this card can special summon itself now. Yeah, not a terrible effect though, it's just a special summon when you've already got another TG on board or whatever. You don't have to have specifically a TG, just any card on board. TG's gonna need a broken skill to tie them together, good chance for getting one too. What was the 3 over the TG 5 this spell can search him? Okay. Yeah, the wolf is generic as anything. But I'm assuming we're going to be using it with TG stuff, otherwise we can use any other of these generic special summoning cards. You wouldn't need to use this specifically wolf. I assume it's going to be used with the other TG stuff, I imagine. Skills on DLM site now. Alright, we'll check them out at the end. Alright, it seems like a good enough card for the TG deck. I'm just not sure like the actual combos right now. I guess I'll wait to see the other like synchros and what actual TGs we're trying to summon. Alright, so this is the Burning Abyss Ritual Monster. Alright, so it's a level 6. You can ritual summon this card with God and Evil. Yep. Good and Evil in the Burning Abyss, okay. Once you ritual summon, it cannot be special summoned by the ways. Once per turn during other player's turn, you can send one Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the graveyard and target one face of the monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. That target loses attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the Burning Abyss monster into the graveyard this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one card on the field, send it. Ooh! If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one card on the field, send it, so it's a removal as well. Alright, as far as ritual monsters go, that's not even that bad. It's not terrible, you can just summon it, target something, reduce it, swing over it. If it's sent to the grave, you can remove something that sent it. That's pretty good. Weak as BA. I mean, you guys are saying it's bad and stuff in chat, but it's not. It's not that bad, right? It's not a terrible effect. You can't. It's probably the weaker of the Burning Abyss monsters, but the card itself isn't that bad. Yeah, but that's it. Oh, so there's no more I guess if there's no more Burning Abyss cards in the box, it might not be all that good of a deck. But it's not a terrible card. But if that's literally it of the Burning Abyss stuff, that's not going to be all that exciting. You got the Necros treatment? No Dante, no fun. Alright, well, honestly, the card itself isn't that bad. It just... There's no other Burning Abyss support though in the box, which is what chat seems to be spoiling for me. There's no other Burning Abyss stuff in the box. The deck probably won't work all that well. So as you can see, there was no actual like search for the spell, right? You could send it to the grave, but there was no like search for it. And this card can search for itself. This card can search. I guess this card can search for itself. That's a lot of resources though. So much resources needed for that. And you still need to do the ritual summon afterwards. I don't know that one. I think you always use like the skill with Cosmic Cyclone to just search it using skills. And it's probably not going to be good enough. This boss doesn't seem good enough to make the deck playable. And there doesn't seem to be any like decent rank 3 Xyzs that we can make it playable either. Not horrible though, and I guess with skills you can easily get a hold of this and the spell. I don't know, I'm certainly more excited for the plant stuff though over the Burning Abyss stuff now. He's been missing a whole lot. Maybe I do some like really gross OTK stuff though. Considering you're making that opponent's monster really... you have to have another Burning Abyss in hand, it's even more resources. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Could be fun to give it a try, but it's probably not going to be all that great. Doesn't seem all that great. The art's definitely great. You are right, Mr. Papa Picosa. You are right. Alright, moving on. Seems alright. Just not enough, I don't think. It's probably not what that Burning Abyss still wants to do anyway. Alright. TG Star Guardian. Right. So Warrior Synchro Tunus, this is level 5, so this is probably the starter you want to go into most of the time with things like this, and wherever he is. Once per turn during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect, immediately after this card effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. Oh, so you can do it during your opponent's turn, but only during their main phase. Alright. So it's going to take a lot of baiting, because you can easily get your opponent to use their synchro summon by simply pretending to go to the battle phase, then they'll have to use their effects, and you just continue your main phase. It's going to take a lot of that kind of baiting stuff going on, I believe. Alright. Synchro summon using this card you control. You can only use each effect on the turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target one TG monster in your graveyard, add it to hand. Oh, so it adds back the material used for the synchro. Okay, and I can give you back the special summon guy. The guy that can special summon himself. But you have to have it on level 4 on the board for it to be super useful. Okay. During your main phase, you can special summon one TG monster from your hand. You can't use both effects. Alright, well the effects of this card seem really good. I'm not sure what the use is of summoning during your opponent's turn yet. I think I have to wait to see other cards, I guess. Level augmentation. I think we're gonna get a TG skill, I imagine. They'll probably make this a lot better. So yeah, dodge karma cut. True, does dodge, that can be used to dodge shit. You can use both effects. Oh, so you use one during your turn, the one during your opponent's turn. True, that makes it really good too. So you can use both effects. You can summon during your opponent's turn. It's from hand and from grave. This card is pretty stacked. Seems like a very good starter for the Xyz climb. Black Rose Dragon on your opponent's turn. Oh, is it not locked into TGs? Oh, so it just summons anything, so you can use this to Black Rose during your opponent's turn. I thought it was locked into TGs. Oh. Oh, that's nasty. You're definitely going to be wanting to summon a monster, like a normal summon of like a 1400 attack monster. Pretend to end your main phase to swing in with it, so your opponent will be forced to synchro summon then. Thankfully this is only a main phase, your opponent's main phase, that's all it is. So it's not a during any part of your opponent's turn, because that could be really broken during your opponent's battle phase. God damn. So it should be pretty easy to get your opponent to use the effects of this. Super stacked card though, very stacked. This is the best TG card. Seems like it so far at least. The other TG stuff didn't seem all that exciting. This one seems nuts. Alright, cool. Moving on for now though, there's gotta be other stuff to look at. Alright. Fairy Knight Inguna. 3 level 6 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach 2 Xyz to this card, return all other cards on the field to hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards. Ooh, cannot activate cards or effects in response. So as soon as you summon this, your opponent has to use their shit. Okay. So if there's a level 3 spam deck, this card becomes a really good, probably used in it. Not a bad effect, not a bad effect. It's not great because obviously it takes 3 materials, and so they all have to be level 6, and when you summon it, it's not like it has the, your opponent can activate effects in response to this card simply being summoned. So it's not super great, but if your opponent doesn't read the card and they just let you activate its effect, that's pretty nasty. Hazy support? Bog. Yeah, you can't negate it, so it stops negate stuff. Thunder Dragon? Thunder Dragon gonna use it? I don't think so. Thunder Dragon. Have you seen the Thunder Dragon extra deck? That shit is like, it's already hard enough to get like all the Xyz monsters you want in that extra deck. That shit is stacked. Yeah, if Thunder Dragon survives ban list, if the ban list ever does come, I don't think this is gonna be like a card we stick in there. Maybe it's like a free to play player. If this is an SR card, so. You know, I thought Xyz were only for the robot dudes from GX. I mean, I haven't seen the anime, so... Hey. Yes, I don't think this is super exciting. I don't think. Turn 1 Heretics? Again, it's 3 materials, I don't know. Not a terrible effect, it's just that it probably takes too many materials to be a good, like, actual playable card, though. And its attack stat's super low. Alright. Gachi. Ooh, Gachi base. Gachi Gantetsu. Ooh. 2 level 2 monsters. If this face-up card will be destroyed, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card instead. Face-up monster you control, gain 200 attack and defense for each team to match this card. What? That's it? I guess it's a good wall. You summon it, just be a little fucking wall. It sounds really bad though. No Jama deck, Cog. Yeah, it's just like a little wall you can use in some random rank 2 deck. Oh, yeah, that's not an exciting effect to be too excited about. I don't really know what we're gonna... I don't even know what deck this even fits into right now that we have rank 2s for. You don't even have like any level 2s being played, right? Frogs, baby! Moving on. The Paleo deck. Okay. 3 level 8 monsters. Level 8 monsters? Alright, this better be a good effect. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can. So it's either player's turn, okay. You attach one exceeding shield from this card and activate one of these effects. Target one set spell and trap card your opponent controls, destroy it. While this card is face up on the. Wait. That's not even destroy it. While this card is face up target set card, it cannot be activated. Okay, so it locks down one back row. Okay. Target one plant type monster on the field. Change that target to face down defense position. Oh, only plant monsters? Okay. Target one face a monster on the field, that target gains 300 attack. Three level 8s for that? 3 level 8s for that? Evades Karma Cut Pog. This costed $100 for a while? Is it really that good? Am I missing something? Maybe it's just really bad in Duel Links, because summoning 3 level 8s sounds really painful. 3 level 8s just remove some back row. Yeah. I don't know, is there any plants that you want to flip face up and do flip effects with, maybe? I'm just missing something here. Replacement for the Rika boss? I mean, you probably could summon this in Rika. It's 3 level 8s though. It's a lot of resources used. I don't know if I'd prefer to have this thing out or the protection one out. I think I'd prefer the protection one. Oh, this one does have a lot of attacks. Maybe you just need a really big beat stick in the deck. It is a pretty big card, and give itself 300 attack during your opponent's turn. It also gives itself 300. There's no like inept like protection or anything on it. Doesn't really do anything to disrupt your opponent outside of removing their back row either. I don't know about it. I don't know. I don't like it too much. I think if we're summoning 3 level 8s, you'd want it to do something really big instantly or something. Maybe it's just usable because the Rika deck will be good enough to summon it easily or something. I don't know. There's probably other things we go into. Like, it's not like Rika's lock you into plant Xyz anyway, right? Can't we just summon any level 8s with it? Because wouldn't the Heretic one that tributes be better anyway? So you just tribute Rikas with it? Wouldn't that just be better in the Rika deck since it like tributing stuff? I don't know. Might be alright. It just seems like it might just be too much to summon it though. I don't know. I'm not super excited about it. I think if I was playing Rika, I don't think I'd be going into it too often. I think I'd prefer to go into other level 8s. Now you say things like dodge Karma Cut and stuff, but is that even like irrelevant? You're turning your own monster face down, and your opponent just removes it the next turn. It's not like we don't have ways to remove a face down monster with no protection on it. You're just stopping. It's like you're just turning your opponent's Karma Cut into a Book of Moon itself. Like, for a discard. It's really not that great being able to avoid something by turning it face down. I don't think it's even. I don't like it too much. Maybe I'm underrating it or something. I don't know. Wait till we see how it gets played. Alright, Mystical Face Space Typhoon. Target one spell trap card on the field, destroy that target. Now, a lot of people are excited about this, but I don't like. Is this card really that exciting? Isn't this card just a worse Cosmic? Isn't Cosmic literally just a better version of Mystic? Like, it's probably going to be good for people that don't already have back row removal or whatever, but we already have Cosmic. We already have Lance. Would I use this over Lance? Like, Cosmic also reduces life points for skills and shit too, and it's a banish effect. This is a destroy. It's not limited to 3? Now that's a good point. Cosmic's limited to 3, right? So This is literally just used because as like a substitute for Cosmic when you have a deck that already has limited to 3 in it. I mean, it's not even that good in TCG over Cosmic. I've watched a lot of TCG stuff, and generally you prefer to banish stuff, right? You don't want to destroy stuff as much as you want to banish it. Cosmic still does better in TCG as well, even with the life point cost, right? Unless you want to destroy your own stuff with like Ancient Gear, like someone's put in chat then. It's good for Ancient Gear, that's true. Will this bring back Ancient Gear? I don't think so, but... Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the super hype around this card. I know a lot of people when I was watching, not watching, I was just reading comments or whatever. A lot of people always say, "We need more back row removal. We need more back row removal. Give us MST. Give us MST." And I've never really understood it too much because like we already have Cosmic and Lance and shit. If you want more back row removal, we should ask for like the Twin Twister shit, the discard 1, target 2 back row remover. That's like more back row, like an upgrade. This isn't really an upgrade. It's more just like a downgrade or like a card we can use to substitute for Cosmic and decks that have the run to 3 problem with it. Limit. You don't really seem that exciting. You can hit your own Noble Arms to re-equip them, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's just going to be like a replacement. It'll probably get a lot of use, but I don't see it just being Cosmic getting hit to 2 on the next ban list, you know? You say that. And the chance of that being true is very high when you see something like this being added to a box, because people want to sell this card. So reducing that to 2 might just happen just so they sell more copies of this. That is a good chance of that happening. That is a nasty good chance of that happening. The Cosmic doesn't need a limit. It really doesn't. We need more back row move on this game, god damn it, don't limit that one. 3 Cosmic, 3 Cyclone, but you can only run 3 Cosmic, 3 Lance. It doesn't change anything. Most decks don't do that. Alright, now moving on, we don't need to look at this card anymore. It's very simple what it does. It'll just be substitute stuff. If you like to use it, go ahead. Alright, Witch of the Black Forest, that's a reprint. Lantern Sharks, this is the shark you summon with Mr. Buzzsaw. If this card is normal special summon, you activate this effect. Special summon on level 3, 4 or 5, water monster from your hand, defense position. Oh, so Shark can summon this? Then it summons another one from hand. God damn! Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn except these monsters. You only use special monsters per turn. If this card is used for... Oh my god, it can be a 3, 4 or 5, and this card can be a... This is a 1 card 3, 4 or 5 exceed. That's so nuts. 3, 4 or 5 exceed, but it can only be waters if it's the 3 and 5. Well, the 4s are open. Holy shit. You don't even need the... You actually don't even need the water skill for this. I guess to be fair though, if you don't open this card, then you're going to need like the water skill for the other 1 card combos, so you probably still end up using it in a water deck only anyway. Maybe? That's so nasty. Oh, can I activate these effects this turn since this cannot special summon from hand? Oh, okay, so it doesn't get the special summon from hand with Buzzsaw Shark. Okay. But it does have the level 3, 4 or 5 on it still. It doesn't negate its effects though, bro. It doesn't only... It just stops you being able to summon. You can use the other effects though, right? It doesn't negate the bottom part. It just doesn't let you do the special summon from hand with this one. If you start with Buzzsaw. Yeah, it negates the special summon though. Yeah. I'm surprised Buzzsaw Shark is in the Ultra Rare here. Buzzsaw Shark seems so good. This land's pretty good too. Alright, the water deck just got better again, and I'm not sure, like, it's probably going to be a different variant of the water deck, because the water deck currently is like a Sea Serpent one. I'm not really sure we're going to be doing Sea Serpent-y stuff with this. God, it seems so fucking good though. Buzzsaw is SR so they can hit it? True. Alright. Yeah, well... Perfect card for Buzzsaw Sharp. Good combo. Alright. Moving on. The water deck just got poggers. Snowdrop the Rika Fairy. What's this? The level 8? So this is the other level 8 when you do the search. So you can get this one and this one. You can attribute one plant monster to summon both this card and one other plant monster from your hand. Ooh. Okay. So if you already have the level 8 in hand, thanks to the glamour, you can just summon a level 8, level 8 Exceed right away. Do you even have a level 8 Exceed you want to summon though? Can't summon the level 6 though. So you can only summon like this one. This takes 3 level 8, so you need another one to go with this. Alright, you can choose one plant monster to summon both this card and one plant monster from your hand, or you cannot spirit summon this turn except plant monsters. So it does lock you into plants, so you may need to use this because you need only plant monsters for it. Okay. So that makes a lot more sense as to why we might use a card like this, because you're literally locked into plants only if you want to do an Exceed. You can target one plant monster you control, all plant monsters you can't control become that monster's level until the end of this turn. Okay, so if you do get the level 6 out, you can make it into this into level 6. So if you have another level 4 out and you have this out, because it summons itself along with the other level 8, you can just make the other level 4 into an Exceed. Or into a level 8. So you can summon this on turn 1 if you want it. So there's a good chance we will actually run this card. There's no other plants in here, right? What plant Exceeds do we even have? Exceeds... Plant. Wait, can you just search plant? Do you even have them in there? Oh, so you have this dude too. Now, where the hell are these two? Do we have these? Currently unavailable. What? Why are they showing these two cards? We don't have a whole lot of options, do we, really? I don't have a whole lot of options for the Exceed with this. I wonder what the optimal combo will actually be with this. Interesting. Well, this card also seems really good, just because it can make really easy Exceeds monsters. It can summon 2 plants from hand, tribute the one on board. It just seems a really good card. I'm just not sure what our optimal strategy is, what our optimal combo will be to finish on. Search out Ultra Rare Rika, level 8, and Tyrannical Princess of Camellios. Tyrannical Prin... Can I not spell? Actually, cannot spell. Okay, I give up. I actually give up. Oh, Titania. I actually can't. Oh yeah, I can't read. Nice. Alright. When a card appears activated that targets a card on the field, quick effect, contribute 1 plus. Oh, and that's a tribute effect. So maybe we just don't go into Exceeds at all. Maybe we just summon generic plants as bosses. Maybe that's the play. Because I like this card. The fact that it lets you tribute for the use of like your spell sounds really good. But it also means we're super reliant on the spell. For like actual removal pieces. There's the new level 8 princess we got too, but I don't think we cared too much about that one. What was it? This one? Yeah, there's like an alright turn 1 effect, just so like if you remove it, you can then summon like that card we just showed. Search level 8 plant. You can do that. We can do that. What the fuck? What is this thing? It's on the Sylvan card. Wait, do we have this? Oh, we do have this. Other oh, so it's only other plants, so itself can be destroyed. I don't know. I don't know. Out of the Titans? Oh, best box. Alright, so where was I even up to? I've lost my track. What was I fucking up to? So, alright. We've kind of got a bit sidetracked there. This card seems alright. Not really sure what the optimal strategy will be with this deck, but I assume this card will definitely be used in it. It might even not be used as like I guess you'll use probably multiple, but I don't know. Let's move on anyway. TG Drillfish. This card can attack directly. Wow. 100 damage direct. Pog. You can use each of these effects on the turn. If all monsters you currently control are TG monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Level 1, okay. When a TG monster you control inflicts bad damage to your opponent, you target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Uh-huh. What am I missing here? Is there a reason it's specifically ultra rare? Because it can hit directly and it destroys when it does? You can attack directly for destruction? I mean, does that make it an ultra rare worthy? Non-tuner? TG have very few of them. Oh, is it just used because it's a special summonable? So you summon like the level 6 dude or something, you summon like this dude who is a tuner, you can summon this dude next to him and it's just a rank up card, so it's literally just used to rank up with? Because that would make sense. It's just a rank up card, so you probably run this as a 3 of just so you can actually rank up your Xyzers. Or your synchros. Alright. Very interesting. I think I don't know, I think we'll move on to the next card though. I think it's just used for synchro climbing. It's probably just an ultra rare to try and gatekeep the deck or get people to spend more money on it rather than... Because it's probably just be an SR card. I'm not super excited about it other than it just being a climbing card. It's like a little climbing card that has an effect to destroy on it as well, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm not sure it's ultra rare worthy. I'll probably just put it as an SR, but I guess Kanai wants it to be a one of in the main box if people spend more money for it. Because it might just be needed to climb, so you might have to get 3 of it, and it's an ultra rare, so... I think it's like ability is ultra rare worthy though. Okay, so TG Screw Serpent. This is a tuner. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower TG monster in your graveyard, except TG Screw Serpent, special summon that monster, but its effects are negated. Okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one TG monster you control, increase its or reduce its level by 1 until the end of this turn. Okay, so this is good for afterwards, but it takes your normal summon. Oh no, it's when this card's normal or special summon, so you manage to special summon it as well. So you can special summon this with the this dude, right? Alright, this doesn't have a special summon on it. Actually, it doesn't. So you can use this, special summon this, use this effect to bring back one of the TG monsters. Use to synchro this. Then you make another synchro. Maybe be able to synchro into another one of these if you wanted to. Alright, so I see you have like... That's kind of an awkward level though. God, I wonder what the... I'm super confused on like how this deck's gonna like... what the perfect optimal way this deck will be run will be. Yeah, this won't be a 3-0 though. It works with this super well. Just do your normal combo summon this and you can go even further, get even more stuff out. And the drill fish just seems like a climber that goes with it all. Alright, sure. Go even further beyond. Alright, moving on. These cards seem pretty good. I'm not really sure what the rest of the base of the deck's going to look like though. Or like what the extra deck's even going to look like. I think it's going to be like a wait and see deck when it comes out, because there's going to be some weird ways to run this, I think. Alright, King of the Feral Imps. They gave Feral Imp his own, like... Really? This thing? They gave Feral Imp his own, like, Exceed monster? Okay. 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach one Exceed from this card, add 1 reptile monster from your deck to your hand. Ooh, any reptile. What is the use of this? Add a reptile. Any reptile, huh? Do we have any reptiles that are worth searching? Aliens, I guess. Oh, beak snake. Holy shit, the deck's broken. Holy fuck, we can summon the beak snake. That's why they gave this to us recently. I see. Oh shit. Didn't mean to click the beak snake. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, right. Seems like a really good card. Not really sure what deck we're going to be using it in. It's good with aliens and maybe some other stuff might be good with. Just searching for a reptile in general just sounds sick. A generic search for any reptile sounds really good. Not sure what particular decks we can use this in currently, but I'm not going to complain about it. Worms and aliens. A worm support pog. Alright. Moving on. Bahamut Shark. 2 level 4 water monsters. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card. Special summon 1 rank 3 or lower. Exceed monster from your extra deck. Oh. So you attach a material, summon a rank 3. And this card cannot attack. But the rank 3 will have no materials on it. What are we summoning that we don't care if it has materials or not? Or lower. So it's any rank 3 or lower water exceeds monster. But it won't have materials. So what card would be good with that? Do we have anything? This doesn't do rank 3 or lower, does it? So many requirements. Alright. So then here that actually is usable without an attachment on it? 2000 beat stick. No. No. Oh, and this card is special summon. You can attach 1 level 3 water monster. So this card can attach the link to it. Okay, so Nightmare Shark combos with it. And that's just about it. So it's basically just like a Nightmare Shark. Slid Dolphin? Huh? Slid Dolphin. I'll just do attach to it afterwards. I don't know. I'm not sure what this card specifically is targeting for. It's a good way to fill the fuck up out of the board though. Make more use for those cards that attach from hand, so... This also means you can use like rank 3s in the shark deck that can only summon rank 4s currently when you use your skill. You can summon this, summon the rank 3 out. So you can still run level 4s and still run the level 3s as well. So maybe that's like the main use of it. If you want to actually have level 3s in your deck, I don't know. Totally awesome. Alright, I think we'll move on from this one. Not sure, I'm not super excited for this card. Alright, so the big boss monster of the box. TG Halberd Cannon. Okay. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn when a monster would be summoned, you can negate the summon. That's a pretty good effect. And if you do, destroy that monster. Okay, so negating the summon is pretty nuts. That monster ain't hitting the field. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one TG monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. And this card has 4,000 attack. Read the summoning requirements. 1 tuner synchro monster and 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. How the fuck are we summoning this? Alright. So let's say we start with... How the fuck are we summoning this? How the fuck are we summoning this? There's probably some combo we can do with the skill, right? Actually, I'm going to check the skills right now. I want to see what they are. Just to make sure I'm not trying to do some like dumb combo and we find out there's literally just a skill for them. So... Where are they? I thought the skills are on here. Where are they at? Oh, here we are. So are these all these skills confirmed? So we can use any of these? Like these are all actually going to be on the guy? We don't know which ones are day one. This. Being a Duel, add 1, TG Halberd Cannon, then once per turn, if you have synchro summon 2 or more TG monsters, play 1 rapid fire from your extra deck. This seems like a day one skill. This seems like a definite day one skill, doesn't it? This is like the one we used to add the Halberd Cannon to the extra deck. Maybe it won't be. It seems pretty sick though. I'm sorry if you synchro summon 2 or more TG monsters, play 1 TG. Okay. That seems pretty good. How big is he again? Is he level 12 or level 10? Level 12. It's like it doesn't seem too hard to summon 2 of these. And this does level 5, right? Because this card's summoned by using whatever, and then you can summon this card using this guy's effect. This guy brings back one of the materials used for this. Then you can summon another one of these. So if you used like a drillfish, for example. So you bring back another drillfish. And you summon another one of these. Then you can use this skill, which would give you the level 2 to make the big guy. I like that, I like that. Oh god, what's that? 50 multiplied by the monster's level, don't care. All 2 monsters on the machine to the end of the turn. Don't care. Tuner level balancer. Increase or TC level of 1 2 tuner monster you control by 2 until the end of the turn. If you use this skill to increase TC level of a monster other than a synchro monster, you cannot use this skill again for the rest of the duel. You cannot special summon any monster next deck with synchro monsters. Okay. Return 1 TG monster in your hand to your deck to add 1 TG monster from your deck to your... Oh, so that's a searcher skill, so they've got one of these as well. During the turn you use this skill, you cannot special summon any level 10 or higher monsters except TG monsters. This skill can only be used once per turn, twice per duel. Okay, so this might have a searcher skill too. Which would make these kind of combos a lot easier as well. Half synchro. Play 1 TG synchro monster from your extra deck that has a level, then half. Play a TG synchro monster from your extra deck that has level lower than half of the level of 1 TG tuner synchro monster you control. That's not that bad either, right? So this can just bring out any of the synchros that are like half. What the? You summon the level 10, you can use half synchro and bring out level 5. Oh, this skill can be used if you've been enjoying no monsters other than TG monsters in your main deck. Ooh, I wonder if that still makes it usable. TG Tuner. 1 TG synchro monster in the field becomes a tuner monster until the end of the turn. This skill can be used, we don't care about that. Alright, so actually, I like the sound. This skill seems pretty good. This skill seems pretty good, and this skill seems fucking really good. Even this one seems... This guy's a lot of skills that could be usable. The first skill seems the best. I mean, I like to look at this skill a lot too. Just having a search seems really good. They all seem super usable though, which is exciting. I just wonder what skill would be best. It'll probably be the first one, just because this one has like the extra deck lock on it. Like the lock in general. This one doesn't. Is there like some dumb... Yeah, there's no dumb spore combo, right? You can do to make... No, he's level 5, we need a level 6. Yeah, this guy's technically generic. Alright, here's a single summon 2 TG monsters for this skill though. Alright. Well, that's cool as shit. I think there's going to be ways to play this card, 100%, especially with skills like this. This is going to be a very complex deck for me to build, though. I'm definitely going to have to read some DLMs to see what guys are doing on that Discord and what they're trialing in their deck testers and whatnot, because goddamn, this seems complex on what the best combo will be to summon this. Seems like a very hard decks to build all of them, other than maybe the water deck, which might be a bit easier. Alright, there's lots to look forward to in this box though. TG seems really fun, the Rika stuff seems super fun. Pog stuff for waters, Burning Abyss kind of got shafted. And some alien support for people that want aliens. Alright, that's pretty good.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob? Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis. Oh.